Peace is you, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all honors, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Peace and blessings to you, hopeful elect. Shalom to you, Akim, Akriv, that's tuning in right now. A double out to apostles and elders, a GMS who we want to teach for, man. You know, we're going to hop right into it. It's driving talk lesson, through the spirit power, Yahweh outside. I just want to touch on, man, uh, there's a lot going on, uh, you know, um, and even though you might read articles of things seem like it's going back to normal, we have to keep in mind that it's not, man, because it's an article out there saying Trump is thinking about cutting the tariffs in half, basically trying to lower everything, trying to get back to the normal society. Um, and also with the stocks and stuff. But remember, scriptures say, man, when they shall say peace and safety, then comes sudden destruction, man. So when it looks like everything could go back to normal, just know that the Lord is coming as a thief in the night. It's not truly normal. It's never gonna be normal, man, because we're not. This is not a place of rest, man. Yeah, we might do things on this side. Yeah, we might have what we think is gonna feel like eternity, but it's not, man. The Lord just blessing us with what we have now so that we can move through society, so that we can continue doing this work, and that's why health is another big thing too, man. Because if you want to be a strong servant, even with doing camp, brothers stand up for hours, man. That takes a form of physical work, you know, and the work that we doing is spiritual, but you also want to make sure your health is good too. So the Lord that you strong, because the Lord needs strong men. Now it's different for disabled brothers. Uh, you might have some brothers that's in a wheelchair, some brothers who probably can't stand too long because they're a little disabled, but they're even still pushing, man. And that shows you the strength of the Lord, man, because the Lord is giving them the strength to do that. You know, And that's why it's beautiful to continue doing this work, to still even be in this ministry, because the Lord could take anybody out at any given point, man. But like Elder Kazak say, you know, if the Lord still got you in here pushing, that's how you know he's still dealing with you, man. Even if you feel like you don't push out enough, the fact that you continue to still push out, man, shows that the Lord still dealing with you, because his brother that was pushing out almost every day that's not here no more. His brothers that was really in this work doing camps and everything that just doesn't do any lessons no more, man. They got reduced to what you would call an Instagram prophet, you know? And the Lord can't deal with weak servants, with weak soldiers, man. So he'll take you out before the enemy takes you out, man. The Lord spiritually is taking brothers out, you know? And that's how you know that what we in is spiritual, because that's how we have to see everything. We have to use our spiritual lenses to be able to see past all this BS that Esau Edom have. Because, Esau Edom is about to come down, man. They're about to bring out stuff that you thought you only was able to see in movies. Jake, since Jake do 2/3, they're not in this ministry and they wholeheartedly trusting Esau. They're gonna be looking at these weapons like, whoa, you had this all the time, but the man of the Lord already knows, because the Lord showed us, man. Everything that happens on left hand side, the Lord shows his right hand men. You know, how do you think we already know what they planning on to do? Either during them doing it or before they even do it, man. It's because the Lord is showing us through the Spirit, through the scripts, through His Word, man. You know, and that's a form of spiritual power right there, man. you know, Being able to read movements before it even happen, that sounds like a power. you know. through the spirit power YAHAWASHI outside, he was able to bless us with that, you know. And I just got off the phone with my great brother, my good brother Joanna from Warfield outside Michigan, you know. And it's beautiful, man. That's why it's important, you know, to talk to the brothers, man. Keep in contact with the brothers because at the end of the day, we all we got, man. Outside of the Lord, you know. We all we got. You know, you might think your friends of the world is gonna help you in Jacob's trouble or be there for you. And you don't know, man. You might be in a circle full of snakes. And that's why the Lord's he's gonna fully show who people are in Jacob's trouble, man. You know, and that's why you get scripts. Friends just fight as enemies. You know, because we already know that push come to shove, when you got that last piece of bread, man, you're gonna fight for it. Now you might have people that say, "Oh well, we just gonna split it and this and that." You know, Jake always trying to find some way around situations, but the Lord's gonna test every single person, whether you in this truth or not. Everybody's gonna be tested. You know, but we might say, "Oh yeah, y'all gonna fight over that last piece of bread," but it might not even be a last piece of bread. Thus said the Lord, man, for the 2/3, because the Lord's gonna take care of His men. You know, and that's why it's important right now to build up your spiritual bank account because you want to be able to cash out during Jacob's trouble. You know, you every lesson you do, man, it's a form of you putting your hours in for the Lord, you building up that spiritual bank, so that on day one of Jacob's trouble, you could cash out. You know, every brother in his ministry, man, has a spiritual bank account. Hey, even some of you sisters through the spirit, man. If y'all doing right by your husband, if y'all doing what's commended of the women, you know, that's how y'all building up, spiritual bank accounts. You know, you got this nice little beautiful weather, man. You know, it's been a little crazy lately, but the Lord decided to bring the sun out today. You know, and Lord willing, y'all see me out there in camp very soon. You know, you definitely want to get camp and do camp because that's what's coming of us, hitting the highways and hedges, compelling Jake to come into the house so that the house may be filled, And this is why we have to constantly have the Lord on our mind, man. And we can't love nobody else more than we love the Lord. The Lord is first. The Lord is top priority, man. You know? And like Elder Kazak said, brothers is being tested. The Lord might have something happen in your life just to see how you take it. If it's gonna draw you out of the ministry, if it's gonna push you to do more, Even if it's something as simple as dealing with a woman or getting a promotion at a job, making good money. The Lord is something simple, and just to see if you fall out, man. And I guarantee you, a lot of brothers fell out over some women. Now, I already know brothers fell out over promotions, to jobs, having more money. Yeah, sometimes, another thing too, you gotta be mentally sane because that's why the Lord tell us to balance because if you're too much into the truth, not saying it's a bad thing, but you can start to look at everything and be over righteous, and you're always gonna be angry, and you're gonna always feel like you're being pushed to the edge. That's why you have to find a balance. You know, like me, I don't go out, but I like to go to the gym, man. That's my balance. When I'm in there, I'm working out, and and I'm listening to lessons. You know, and I play the game, man. I really don't not go out. You know, everybody has their own balance. Me, I don't go out to the clubs. I don't go out to bars. Maybe here and there, but it's rare that you ever catch me out there. I either go to the gym, to lock it. Jay, see, and this is why we gotta get out of here, man. Freaking Eve just gonna walk in the middle of the street. Don't even look both ways. Don't even see if I'm gonna stop. You know, she just know I ain't gonna hit her. You know, but that shows you the power of these people, man. You know, but hey, if you look at it too, that's how we gonna be in, in Jacob's trouble because the Lord is gonna take care of His men. We're gonna have that faith that He's gonna take care of us, and that faith is gonna be so good that when He that we're gonna be walking around feeling untouchable because the Lord got us. He got that though. He set that Dawah over us, man. That's why we got to constantly pray for that Dawah too, but not just for ourselves, but for the brothers, sisters, the elders and apostles, the elect, and our families and loved ones. Don't just you know pray for that Dawah to be set over you, but pray for others, man. You know. Now, I believe, through the spirit, when Jacob's trouble happened, the Lord's gonna hook brothers up with each other. You know, whether you be of two different stages, hey, you might have it to. He might have it to where brother might fly out to see another brother, then boom, Jacob's trouble happened. Or if you in the same state where another camp, and you might not have met those brothers, y'all gonna meet up in Jacob's trouble, man. Hey, the Lord's gonna he's gonna make sure his men is good. Why else would Scripture say when the people rejoice, when ye rejoice, ye shall be afraid, roughly paraphrasing, because the Lord is going to take care of his men. But kind of lower in this lesson was edifying, little quick hit, driving talk. Um, Definitely, what I want to do next through the spirit power, how about me outside? What I'm going to do is W4Y on the job when I go on my break because I usually take an hour break anyway. I could get a lesson in, a little scripture of the day, something to bring something new to the channel, and keep the word going, keep pushing this word out, man. Because hey, the more we do, the better our chances of salvation and getting on those chariots, man. Because you don't want to go, like I keep saying, you don't want to go into Jacob's trouble regretting or wishing you had did more, man. Now the Lord ain't He's not gonna forget our labor of love, but if you know you could do more, push yourself to do more. If you know you can in your spirit, you want to stop being on Instagram posting scriptures, hey, do a lesson, man. The elect, if you're not out on the highways and byways, and elders, they say that every time, man, because the elect is working. They out on the highways and byways working, you know. So till next time, peace and blessings to you, hopeful elect, and shalom.